Welcome back to Michael D. TV. We're here in the Beyond Publishing Studios today. Our next guest is Lisa from California. Your book, Max and Marigold. Congratulations.
Thank you so very much.
Now, this is actually a trilogy. Tell me a little bit about what is Max and Marigold and why did you write the books?
Max and Marigold all started, I have a dog named Max, and I teach, and I just wanted to do more with the kids, especially now with the distance learning and everything, just something to inspire kids to read more. And so it's a fun, adventurous book, takes you away from all of the stress out there, but it also does friendship, teaches friendship, determination, and teamwork. And
I love that. Those are some values that kids need, and really in this pandemic, but always, you've been an educator, you've been an Olympic athlete. Tell me about that, because you've always been competitive, you've always been entrepreneurial, and tell me a little bit about how this formula has been distilled down into these books for adventure and fun.
I've always been an adventurous person. I like to do things. So even with my mentors and stuff, I like to break boards, and it just helps empower you. And I like to empower others. So I like to empower my students as well. I teach currently. And going back to my former athlete, I was played for the Colorado Silver Bullets in '94. So it was the first women's professional baseball team. And after that, we were in the Oakland Coliseum, and they actually did a radio. And I played for Puerto Rico internationally in softball, so they had heard the game at the Oakland.
You were a pitcher.
I was a pitcher.
You could strike out any man living, probably.
I threw a no-hitter. We won the first season. We only won 2 games.
Oh, amazing.
And I actually threw a no-hitter against men that year.
Now that's got to be. Does your arm get sore? I mean, are you able to do all 9 innings, or how does that work?
I am able to. It was really that's a strange story. I was trying out for outfield because I also played outfield, but they knew I had pitched underhand for softball. So they asked me, Phil Niekro asked me if I could learn how to pitch underhand. So I was the only person, I was an oddball. I pitched.
Because he had seen you throwing from the outfield, people at home.
But he asked if I would throw underhand a baseball. And I did.
It's not like you grew up throwing underhand. It was a learned skill.
Well, no, I threw underhand for softball the whole time. But that's not something that's normal in baseball.
Oh, I see.
So he asked me to actually throw a baseball underhand style, and I wanted to make the team. I mean, it was coming down, it was narrowing down at spring training, and I wanted to make the team. So, okay, you want me to do that? I'll try it. And so I learned how to throw, adjust my step, and off the mound, because of course softball is flat, baseball you're on a mound. And so I learned how to adjust and pitch.
You played in Australia, in Hawaii. You lived in Hawaii? You started a beverage company. You've been very entrepreneurial.
Yes.
But educating kids has always been really near and dear to your heart.
My mom was a teacher.
And
it's just, I guess it's inside me somehow. I like to educate people, like to help people. And so for me, I like the older ones. I like the high school children.
Now, I saw some pictures of you and Max recently. I kind of want to hear the story of Max, because you've made him a legend. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers on social media, and I think there's a shot of you and Max right there.
I love my little Max. We rescued him back in 2011. One of our tenants was moving, and she couldn't take him, and she said, hey, do you know anybody that might take him? And we're like, well, we're not going to leave him here. Yes, we'll take him. I actually had him fostered, somebody to foster him, but they didn't show up, and that was too late. He was mine. He's my heart and soul dog.
He got your heart.
Yeah, but he was a young pup, and he had lots of energy. I always called him my wild child. So I knew I needed to do something. And having been an Olympic athlete or somebody that's definitely competitive, I wanted to share that with him. So I go, what's that sport called? Oh yeah, dog agility, where they do obstacle courses up and down. And so we learned how to do that, and he rose to the highest level in AKC and also CPE, championship level. But because he's got a long back and little legs, it's kind of hard on his spine. So I retired him early because I want him around for a long time, happy and healthy.
Oh, that's fun.
First and foremost.
Now, you've got a huge following for him on Instagram and Facebook. How do people follow Max?
So if you just simply go to One Up Max, he's got one ear up. So it's always up.
Max.
And so he's called One Up Max, both on Facebook and Instagram. And that was just a way for me to share him, because when I'm driving around and he's always with me, even on the console or my thing and my lap and the windows down, he wants to see people. People are always going, oh yeah, cute dog. And I just wanted to share him with everybody. So I started the Instagram and Facebook page, and it just kind of grew. And so he's got, between the two, he's got about 130,000 followers. And then it was like the next step. Well, I'm a teacher, children. I just wanted to write a fun story.
Let's have fun with a trilogy. Not one, not two, but 3 books. Now, the first book's coming out soon. What can people expect to see in this book for their kids and grandkids?
Well, it's a dog, of course, named Max, and a young girl named Marigold. They kind of go after this strange critter, and it's a baby dragon, and they follow him into a wormhole and zoom into an even stranger world where they all meet. They become good friends, and they go on a dangerous quest in search of magic stones to help Max and Marigold get back home.
Crystal Cave is book 1, and book 2 and book 3 soon to follow. Now, you have a coaching that you do with your clients. Tell us a little bit about this mindset coaching you do.
So I'm a mindset empowerment strategist, and I have what's called the champion's mind. So I like to increase confidence and drive and help people, empower people to achieve their full potential. So I really love to do that, in particular women, but I'm able to coach anybody. I just like to help people reach their full potential. There's no reason that if you really desire, you really want something, that you can go out and get it, because I've had my certain failures and I didn't think I was going to get there. But, Olympics were supposed to be back in 88, and they were canceled in 87. Right. I thought, okay, I've got to move on with my life.
Yeah.
But when all of a sudden the Colorado Silver Bullets came up, that was an opportunity. I didn't know it was the next step to the Olympics, but it was an opportunity that I decided to go out and get. And there's always obstacles or challenges along the way. You go out and you get them, and I made the team. Once again, they heard me in Oakland, so then the Puerto Rican team, my coaches, heard and asked, hey, do you want to help us get to the Olympics? And so then my foot was back in the door in 96. That was like 9 years later. It's just, failure is not the end. You need to keep moving. You need to empower yourself and drive and have the confidence to move forward.
Well, we definitely want to have you come back, and I know you've got a website. How can people find you and follow you?
Well, you can definitely go to meetmax360.com, meetmax360.com, and that's have all of his social medias. So whether it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, whatever you like to do. And then mine is meetlisa360.com. So you can either go meetlisa360.com or meetmax360.com.
So school teachers, parents, grandparents, you want to get these Max and Marigold books for your kids and grandkids. It's going to change your life and create some positivity in your home. Lisa, we're going to have you back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Congrats on the books.